Welcome back, football fans. It is the business end of the group stage in the FIFA World Cup. 16 teams are going to close deals on 16 spots in the knockout stages. Next. Two-time world champions Uruguay are certifiably through with 2 victories. It's just down to Egypt and the hosts Russia to follow them through to the next passage. An opening has appeared for Salah. He opts for Trezeguet, who returns it back to one of the most famous strikers in Europe, who misses. Luis Suarez holds up play. It's Cavani who can't convert. Cavani will receive a throw-in from Laxalt. Laxalt whips in the ball, and it's Vecino, who was thrown off by the obstruction of Luis Suarez. Al-Baik, Al-Mulawad, and Tyson. He's too enthusiastic for Al-Muwalad's back heel. Some tricky dribbling in demand from Trezeguet. But Marcel screws up Egypt's finest chance yet. Still goalless in both games. Hernandez is kneecapped by Kudryashov. Free kick to the Alba Celeste. Suarez doesn't opt for goal, but instead Hernandez is almost given redemption. It's a consolation header denied by Akinfayev. So low cross, and it's connected with by Salah. Almost finds a way through, and I think Marcel was trying to tap this in, only for him to be... How is that offside? Marcel observing the overlap from Salah. And there is the opening goal, but it's been ruled out for offside. A cruel reduction for Egypt. Moranchuk, as the Russians are sitting back a little too deep, they're only just coming forward. Samedov has the first one denied. Romaslava applies Tipex to the mistake and tries again, and this time he spells it correctly. Alexander Samedov has thrust the hosts into a crucial lead against Uruguay. Surging ball from Shafai. Salah wins this one. Nearly a stalemate. Thrust into the area. El Said has been annihilated at the cost of a penalty kick for Saudi Arabia. It's Taisir with a kick to the tailbone of Abdullah El Said. Egypt's man of the hour, Mohamed Salah, gets goal number 3, and Egypt will end the lead. They're just 1 goal behind the Russians. And just as Egypt found their way into these finals, it's from the penalty kick that might send them through to the second round if they're lucky. The second free kick to be stood over by Luis Suarez. And this time he goes for goal. But it's a comfortable catch for Akinfayev. Here's Al-Muwalad. Whistles past the hands of El Hadari. Al-Muwalad sends the ball in, and that's just tipped over by El Hadari again. Here's Cheryshev. Akinfayev flamboyant back pass to Cheryshev, who had nothing to lose at the near post except win a corner. Behebri is blistering down the line for Saudi Arabia. Al-Muwalad has found a way through, is stuck in past El Hadari. On the hour mark, Saudi Arabia have marked their best performance yet. A humble 1-1 draw is on the cards. Not a bad finish at all to take home. Back to the kingdom. Bentancur. Through to Hernandez. Slapped up in the air by Akinfayev. Egypt are back on the bubble. Salah singling out Trezeguet, who does win it. Salah's in the centre. Oh, and his volley is cancelled out by a dangerous tackle. It's Al-Shirani who makes the sacrifice. Have you ever seen a player take another player out at their toes via the head? Salah to put Egypt ahead, and he can't. He beheads their opportunity of qualifying. A very dark 20 minutes remain. Good work from Moranchuk. Finally releases the pass, and it is Smolov. Russia are making Uruguay look like ordinary guys. The group leader's been run off the throne of Group A by the hosts and, understandably, the underdogs, Russia. El Mohammadi chooses Salah. He gets around the defender, and El Mohammadi Drills it directly at the keeper. Scuppers to follow up. Smolenikov is on a run and a half here. It's Smolov! It is goal number 4. And Russia opened the door into the knockout stage for the first time since 1986 as the Soviets. Uruguay, neither minding they are alive. Suarez! Well, it's not to be tonight. The curse of the Kremlin has claimed Uruguay, who will get another chance against either Iran, Spain, or Portugal in the second round. Russia and Uruguay qualify. Nobody could have predicted that the Persian stars Iran would be the first to qualify from a group that contains Spain and Portugal, and now there's only room for one of those superstars in the second round. Bucefer, almost the first to burst the Spanish bubble, if not for De Gea. Who is Ronaldo? Oh, vintage step over, it's rolling back the years. Berenvaan just having none of it though. First corner of the game to Portugal. And Pepe has snuck it in! For the second game in a row, it's a goal from the epidermis of Pepe. And this time, it's placement over power from Pepe. The European champions wasting no time to draw the first blood over both the group leaders Iran and their neighbours the Spanish. Here's Diego Costa, give and go to Isco. Silva flamboyantly flails it on. It's back to David Silva! And he drills it at the keeper from point blank range. Ronaldo holds up play, lays it off to Andre Silva. Scored the 2 fantastic goals against Spain, and there's a third against Iran. Portugal are wasting no time in their attempt of flying through to the second round. Andre Silva drawing Hosseini in, then erases him by cutting aside and unleashing hellfire on Berenvaan's goal. Certainly learned a thing or two by teaming with Ronaldo up front. A trademark strike from CR7 replicated by the one and only Andre Silva. Third goal of the tournament. Jean Mario, Portugal are on the war march. Here's Cristiano Ronaldo, striding all the way inside the Iranian defence. Ronaldo finally unleashes one on Berenvaan, who keeps his cool and keeps it out. More importantly, it's Andre Silva over the top to Quaresma. He slips on a crucial millisecond of a volley. Busquets. It's Iniesta out wide. Isco. And Isco goes alone. Kept out by El Kadjouri. Sent into the heart of the Moroccan box. It's met by Piqué. Spain finally go ahead. Well, unfortunately, the former world champions are going to call on the support of the Iranians to bail them out of this one. They need the Persians to penalise Portugal. Quaresma cuts inside. Crossing to Shamario at the far post, and Andre Silva can't do much better either. Bucefer. Here's Ziyech. Ziyech goes inside. Bucefer screws it up at the near post. Point blank range. Here's Thiago. Goes back to Busquets. Iniesta. Iniesta rattles the crossbar. Busquets keeps it alive, and Iniesta finally loses. Clever pass from Belhanda to Bertib. But De Gea was very alert and very aware. Iniesta is joined at the flank by Jordi Alba. It's into the centre, and Diego Costa tucks it into the top corner, and he gives Spain a little bit more insurance. That's all they can do, play their hearts out and hope for the best. Great finish from Diego Costa. Taremi connects with Sadar Uzman, Iran's premier goal scorer. Beautiful cross into the centre for Yahanbash. And Iran have pulled one back against Portugal. And it is the goal-scoring gods of Iran who combine Sadar Uzman and Alireza Yahanbash, who have put the Portuguese on notice. One cannot talk out the group leaders at this stage of the competition. Spain has to make this the best second half of their lives. Well, it's going well so far. Romain Saiss blows a kiss to any chance of a dignified Moroccan exit. Penalty kick to Spain, which David Silva will take, and he tucks it in with very little trouble at all. Spain lead 3-0, but as long as the European champions Portugal are in their lead, it's all in vain for the Spanish. Emiri keeps it going to Johan Bash. Dijagar. Jeremy knocks it back down to Dijagar. A painful miss at the opportunities to equalise against Portugal. Johan Bash. It's still Johan Bash. And Patricio had to stretch. Andre Silva is finally released. Guedes. Here's Bernardo Silva. Pulls it back to Ronaldo. Very bad, and Bernardo tries to knock it down onto an unoccupied goal line, but it's cleared away by Ramin Rezaian. What a chance for Portugal to kill this game dead. Berenvaren does the best he can on the initial strike. Whistles over his shoulder, only for his defender to have his back on the goal line. Second chance at a cross. It's hit with a volley by Belhanda. Now Cedric is trying to nip his side and he's crossed on the edge of the box. And it is Aliretsa, Johan Bash. Will Saransk become Cristiano Country off the crossbar. But it's converted by Guedes. And Portugal finally have a 2-goal cushion with 5 minutes left remaining. And the European champions are sailing through at the expense of their Iberian neighbours, Spain. Portugal to end their last group game on a high. And here's Rafael Guerreiro. It's a 4th goal for Portugal. Iran have had their confidence shaken slightly before they head into a history-making second round. While the European champions Portugal would preserve their status. Spain are eliminated at the expense of their neighbours Portugal, who will join Iran in the second round for the first time in their World Cup history. With the exception of France for the first time on matchday 3, all 3 teams remaining in the group have a chance of qualifying. Break for 8. Cornelius takes his chances at the 10-minute mark against Mandanda. And the cross comes in. It's Carrillo who perpetrates the first attack on Australia. Dembele. Griezmann lays it off to Neymar. Can't tuck it in under the post with the exception of Schmeichel. Roger sets his sights on Juric, but Lecky follows up on a volley that was like an arrow on a bullseye. Andres Cornelius. Oh, he buys himself a bit of space. Peels it just wide. Rolls past the goalpost. There's Moody with the first corner of the game to Australia. He spills out for Risden. I think the fullback is taken aback by the occasion. Christian Quaver is infiltrating that Australian penalty area. Yoshima Yatun is the man who successfully extracts the Australian intel. Peru are in front. Brilliant combination play from Quaver and Yatun. Eriksson whips one in. Sisto back down to Jorgensen, who can't keep the shot down. Thomas Hamar marching his way through the Danish Legoland to Griezmann. Excellent stop from Schmeichel. 1 minute left of the first half. Thomas Delaney. Wonder pass to Eriksson, who takes no mercy on Mandanda. Absolutely buries it upside down in the roof of the goal net. That is a furious strike that basically misses the ear of Mandanda. Giroud's cross has made its way to Dembele somehow with a futile follow-up.
Minimum of 3 minutes.
3 minutes to be added on as Australia come forward. Juric back to Rudic. A bullet to the artery of Peru that was located in the top corner. Another authoritative Australian World Cup goal. The telekinesis of Tommy Juric to lay it off to Tom Rogic, who can't possibly pick out a better position in the goal net in the top corner. Dembele links up with Giroud. Griezmann picks it up on the edge of the area. It's helped up by Conte, and France have equalised against Denmark. And it's N'Golo Conte, the quietest man in the squad, who elicits the loudest roar from the French followers. The strike so far, Schmeichel doesn't have the heart to leave the ground. Jedinek. Here's Juric. Cruz. Oh, it's bent in! A curler from Cruz. Australia soar into the lead in Sochi. Yet another excellent World Cup goal from Robbie Cruz. Pow! Right on the kisser. On the tall white frame known as the World Cup slender man, the goalpost becomes punch drunk as Australia can get drunk. They stagger with one foot into the knockout stages of the World Cup. Collected by Flores, he's looking for Guerrero. Volleys it into the ground and up into the hands of Ryan. Here's the captain, Paulo Guerrero, feeds out to Paulo this time. It's pushed aside by Ryan. Paul Pogba has entered the field in the place of Nzonzi. Oh, and he converts with his first touch. Paul Pogba, directly from the corner. Scores with his very first touch of the game. Has come off the brow of the nose. And France have come back from a goal down. And here's the freshman, Kylian Mbappe, who wrestles the ball of striker Larson. And here comes that explosion of the World Cup's youngest goal scorer, Kylian Mbappe. Returns to by Giroud, only somehow keeps it in. It's put it in by Olivier Giroud. Painful counter-attack for the Danes to concede. And France have walked through Denmark just as they did 20 years ago in a World Cup winning campaign of 1998. A move kick-started by the keenness of Kylian Mbappe and is punctuated by Olivier Giroud. Pirlo to save Peru. Threads it through to Farfan. Cannot beat Ryan. Into the feet of Giroud. Here's the overlap from Fekir. Oh, that's a perfect finish. Pins it to the back of the goal net. France will complete Group C with a 100% record. 3 wins out of 3, 9 points to claim. And all to the French. The runners-up of the European Championship drawn the battle lines against the runners-up of the Group of Death. Australia join them in the second round. Argentina will meet Nigeria for the third World Cup in a row, while Iceland, the smallest nation in the tournament, are on the cusp of qualification against Croatia. Perisic is eyeballing Mandzukic, who tests Halldorsen. Higuain. Here's Lionel Messi. Messi marching at the Nigerians. It's going to be a corner kick. Here's Finn Bogason, Iceland's top goal scorer, to Sigurdsson. It's swatted away by Subasic. First corner of the game to Iceland. Knocks on through at the near post. A good Munson fails on a follow-up. Luka Modric drops inside. Rakitic meets up with him on the edge of the area. Pings it wide. What a chance for Croatia. Mandzukic. Brilliant pass to Perisic. Little bit of flamboyance. Slapped out the sky by Halldorsen. Croatia keep coming. Higuain turning and marching at the Super Eagles now. And Higuain again catches probably the head of Ekong. Balogun is basically prodded out into the thighs of Lionel Messi. And he has been suspended by the Nigerians for a little while longer. There's a cross into the centre to Vibonsen. It's off the crossbar. And Yardison is brought down by Russell Jacob. Penalty kick to Iceland, probably the most important in their entire history. Everton's Gylfi Sigurdsson to put Merseyside on the world map. And they lead over the bronze medalists of 1998. The runners-up of the Wheel World Cup. Moses has Nigeria's fate in their hands. It's Inacio. Oh, and he's too rash. He takes it too urgently. It's Moses over the top to a table. And Amani's just beating the striker to it. Inacio links up with Musa. Ricochets off defender and keeper alike. Atibo knocks it on to Mikel. He almost rolls back the Chelsea years against Armani. Into the feet of Messi. Here is Eva Banega. Mercado searching long for Higuain. It's brought back to Messi. The first chance is suppressed. And Lionel Messi, just as he did in 2014, has scored against Nigeria. Urgent start to the second half. Argentina take a scrappy lead from their scrappy striker, Lionel Messi, for goal number 4. Here comes Perisic, unable to thwart Dawson in the one-on-one duel. Atibo, beautiful pass to Inacio, and the chance goes begging for Nigeria. Still a goal down. Messi lays it off to Perez. Mikalo doesn't want it. Higuain takes his stab on the half volley. Mascherano, Messi, Banega from a far way. Sigurdsson, the Icelandic goal scorer, against the top goal scorer. It is Finn Bogason, who's one-on-one. Cannot instill the regret in Sibsic. Mikali beats it up the line to Dybala. Dybala meets up with Di Maria. He picks the wrong leg on the body.
3 minutes.
Dybala with the last stroke of Argentinian fortune. Di Maria belts it at the goalkeeper. Inacio, last roll of the dice for the Nigerians to keep them alive. All or nothing, even the goalkeeper has come forward and meets the head of Uzoho, and nothing can come of it. Strinic to salvage something for the Croatians. Strinic spelt it in, but he goes selfishly at Dawson's near post. The Viking clapping of Iceland commences. They make history. The 2014 underdogs Costa Rica are already out, although the hosts of that tournament, Brazil, could join them. Although a draw against Serbia will be enough to see them through. Here comes the short cross to Campbell, who tries a volley it past Sommer at the near post. And for Brazil, it's Jesus who issues a warning against Stojkovic. Lajic to spearhead the first Serbian attack. Mitrovic returns it back to the playmaker. Found a way through but can't find the target. Neymar. Jesus good into play from Brazil. Triangular pass from Coutinho. Jesus cuts inside but is parried wide by Stojkovic. Mitrovic. Kostic goes for it alone and that just pings past the far post. Valerian Barami is found with Vranovic. Kenan Navas reminding us why he is Real through and through. Shaqiri Jamali helps along with that touch to Gavranovic. He widens his body as he places it wide. He's still on Willian. Coutinho. Now Neymar opens up with the left foot. Only one goal for him so far in these finals. Tite observes the injury to Gabriel Jesus. There's no choice but to call in Liverpool frontman Firmino. Ivanovic supported by Liechtensteiner. Shaqiri cuts inside on the favoured left foot. Gavranovic! It's a sitter! Practically in the lap. 30 minutes played here between Brazil and the group leaders. Now Firmino. It's up to Coutinho. It's a golden pass. And a slight bit of fortune off the goalkeeper in the same colour shirt as the 5-time world champions, Philippe Coutinho. Ball-on-balls action from Stojkovic has seen Brazil take the lead. Here is Neymar demonstrating why he's one of the best in the world. Look at this run, he's gliding through that defence effortlessly. And it was a nice volley from Coutinho. Shaqiri, Jamali doesn't want it, Gavranovic does though, and he slots it past Keylor Navas. This game on, Switzerland are fulfilling their role to the best of their ability. All they can do is try and win and hope Serbia can save their fate. Coutinho, backwards to Casemiro. Willian Hoey realises that Coutinho keeps on going, and it's goal number 2 for the new boy of Barcelona, Philippe Coutinho. Over £100 million Barcelona have paid for one of the hottest playmakers in Europe. And they're getting a little preview of their purchase here in Moscow. Brazil on the verge of topping Group E. Clindres with a give and go to Joel Campbell. A genius piece of dribbling from the boy from Betis and Costa Rica's top goal scorer. Only goal scorer to be exact at this FIFA World Cup, and for the first time Costa Rica have equalised against opposition. There's Brian Ruiz. That's up the line to Oviedo. He has too much space to get across in. That was narrowed, but he's done it! And Brian Ruiz has put Costa Rica in front for the first time in this competition. Too little, too late. Well, they're playing for pride, and now they have their hands full of it. Switzerland are in deep, deep trouble now. Here comes Alexander Mitrovic. Serbia to counter-attack. 10 minutes left of the game. And look at Milinkovic-Savic. He's broken away. And he's planted it. In the bottom corner, Serbia have a lifeline. The group leaders, who could seemingly do no wrong until they meet their biggest challenge of the group. Once again, the carelessness of Brazil's defence on full display for the entire world to see. Freire to Mbolo. And there's a dangerous cross into the area. Oh, it's a catastrophe for the Costa Rican defenders. Their first ever World Cup 2018 lead is snatched away from them. It's the softest of goals from Seferovic. Switzerland have a lifeline. Mbolo to Borges. 6 minutes to go. Joel Campbell, who with a beauty of a header. He's lobbed Sommer with it. Out of nothing. Look how great this is. How different things could have been if he started every game instead at his ratio of goal scoring. Matic. Milijevic. Vukovic, he links up with Tadic on the flank. Mitrovic has fired it past Alisson, and Serbia will retain their place at the top of the table unless Brazil can pull up their socks with 5 minutes remaining. The Serbian Eagles have swooped in from above and have plucked the prey fashionably late. What a volley from Mitrovic. Has to go the long way around Miranda. And the bogus defending of Brazil emerges yet again. Here comes the leader Neymar trying to take Brazil's fate into his own hands. And Stojkovic has that scouted. Serbia reached the knockout stages for the first time as a republic, as does Brazil. World champions Germany could seemingly do no wrong until they met their match with Sweden. Still a very small chance that Mexico and Korea could eliminate Germany. Cuadrado launches it into the area, and Herrera has found his own teammate. Leun has obstructed the strike. Forsberg slamming on the brakes, gives back to Ekdal, stretches and lunges to meet Kleisen. He fires it straight into the belly of Ochoa. Werner advances on the Koreans. He's laid it off to Özil, and there it is. Less than 10 minutes taken. Germany, the world champions, are ahead against the Koreans. It's his second contribution to the goal-scoring syndicate of Die Mannschaft. And so far so good, they will retain their place at the top of Group F. Cuadrado. Herrera now, here's Carlos Vela. Hernandez is holding up the play for Carlos Vela. That is a textbook finish. And Mexico are ahead for the first time in their World Cup. It will still be an uphill struggle. They need to slaughter Sweden in order to surpass them in the table. Timo Werner is broken on through for Germany. Cuts inside and he tries to take it all for himself. Kroos swings the corner in and Royce has collected it and it's tripped in. Korea seems to be just another side that seems to be playing in slow motion once they meet Germany. Royce does well to rescue the fumble to control, but there's two deflections on the way through on goal. Hernandez, look at this bursting run from Carlos Vela. Surely it could be a second. And he tries to cut it around Olsen. Knocked down to Youngwoo Young, deflected by Hummels. And now Kim Shin-wook. Oh, he clips the post. 13 minutes played for Germany, and Özil's gone down. And Germany are on the cusp of scoring in every 10-minute segment of the first half. Vela lays it onto Lozano. Crucial save from Olsen. There is Thomas Muller, and there is 6 sensational goals from Thomas Muller. One of the Mannschafts senior members, one of their living legends, proving age is just a number. But so is 6, no sign of slowing down. Gustafsson with a good knock on to Toivonen. Berg has squandered the small cross at the near post. Here's Marcus Berg, tries to cut it around the shoulder. Stretch Armstrong in goal for Mexico. Werner spots the overlap for Muller, and there is number 7. Oh, what a lucky number for the timeless Thomas Muller. Korea have been massacred before half-time, 4-0. No way of coming back now. And Brazil must be watching on with concern. Last Korean corner of the half, and it's Koo Jae-chul who's beaten Manuel Neuer, and Korea have 1 goal back. Not that it means much at this point, but it does still expose the fact that Germany have their own problems to deal with in defence, just like their round 16 opponents, Brazil. Ekdal has fitted that through to Berg, and he's done it! Sweden, no, it's offside, and that is narrow. Ekdal, Berg, and here is the overlap from Toivonen, but Berg ignores him. He's swatted off by Ochoa. Forsberg keeps it alive. Gustafsson lays it off in the middle to Larsson. It's directly at the goalkeeper. Such a fail from Sweden. Look at the eagerness of Özil. And he really could have done with planting that. Kim Se-young with a deep corner in. Son has wrapped it around everyone. Korea have done it again. Another expose of the German defence. A superb volley from Son and poor goalkeeping from their captain Neuer. Korea's World Cup isn't totally over. A disastrous loss for Germany might be enough. Oh! It is Lee Young with a header from heaven. The Hyundai Motors defender with a spectacular, finale-inducing header that lobs Manuel Neuer. One of the world's best goalkeepers, the captain of the world champions. We are in for a thrilling final 10 minutes here in Kazan. Well, Joshua Kimmich's made eye contact with Özil. He's looking for a brace, and he's fired it directly at Jo Hyun-woo. Last roll of the dice for Korea. This could change a lot of things in the group. Oh, if only! Here's Dos Santos. Beautiful pass to Hernandez, and we have another jaw-dropping goal with the trajectory of Apollo 13 slingshot strategy. Mexico have surely beaten what might be the group runners-up, Sweden, but they're taking the pride. They're putting the world on notice for 2022, maybe. Olsen is looking lost in no man's land. Little Chicharito dazzling us all. The skills that landed him in Manchester in the first place. Berg links up with Damas. And there's Toivonen in, and there's a consolation for Sweden. Just something to give them a little bit of confidence to take into the second round. Germany almost pushed to their limits by Korea yet again, but they are joined by Sweden in the knockout stages. For the first time since 1982, England are through to the second round. With one game to spare, it's just a question of who will be top, England or the golden generation of Belgium. Pickford does well to hold his ground against the thumping header of Batshuayi. Batshuayi stripped him through again, and this time he beats Pickford on the second occasion but can't defeat the goalpost. Knizzi has a chance for Tunisia, and that's splattered away by Panama's goalkeeper. It's Fabian Delph has worked an opening for a through pass. He's put it on by the forehead of Rashford. Stopped by the studs of Courtois. Barcenas has put it across the face of the area to Cooper. But it's a direct hit on Ben Mustafa. Yanishwai. Oh, he skips past Delph. Yanishwai unleashes hell on earth on England. Barcenas' corner was plucked out the air by Mustafa. Hazard's baby brother Thorgan into the chest of Yanishwai, and you can't slot it past Pickford. There's a subtle cross across the face of the goal mouth, and it's been kept up by Pinedo against all the odds of the crossbar, courtesy of Knessi's boots and Benusset. England corner courtesy of Marcus Rashford. Oh, and Courtois flaps throughout the air. Jamie Vardy links up with Raheem Sterling. Sterling 1-on-1 with Courtois. Concrete fingertips in Kaliningrad. 15 minutes remaining between England and Belgium. Now Gary Cahill is going to try and curve it around Courtois. An introduction to the crossbar. Diaz back to Goudoué. Clips the ankles of Ben Youssef. Group G certainly doesn't stand for goals, it's goalless. Belgium are top. All four teams have a chance of qualification in the final group stage game of the 2018 World Cup. Kowalski picking his spot with the perfect pass to Jacek. Scrambled for by Kawashima. Rodriguez fails on the first cross. He tries to plant it in the top corner. Kagawa. Oh, he's made it through. Karaguchi foiled by Fabianski. Falcao dropping back a bit too deep in that playmaking role to his fancy to James Rodriguez. Rodriguez gallops all the way. Fails to find the words to describe in Daiz. Superb touch from Haraguchi. He's brought down, and there's going to be a penalty. A catastrophic compromise from Kamil Glik for Poland to set them back potentially. Against group leaders Japan, here is Shinji Kagawa. Marks up and goes right against Fabianski's left. Japan improve their position in Group H. They are the only team to lead so far in the final group. Bolde has to come back on himself to find Kouate. Nodded in by Ismail Assar. And finally rounded off by Mbaina Yang. Senegal are Africa's last hopes of representation in the knockout stages. And currently they offer a glimmer. Cuadrado, his cross is foiled. Sanchez back into the mixer, it's on the turn via Giovanni Moreno. And Jacek, Lewandowski, Cruyff turn, tries to surprise Kawashima. Here's Kagawa, doesn't fancy the leg room, looks for Mutsu, but it's back to Kagawa, he buries it. Shinji Kagawa acquires a famous third goal that might send Japan through to the knockout stages. Sanchez sucking up possession from Balde. Now Colombia can trigger a counter-attack. Here's Juan Cuadrado. Has picked it up from the touchline. He's waiting for support in yellow shirts. Cuadrado! Oh, he takes it upon himself. A subtle roll of the ball and slotting it in the top corner of Senegal's goal. Colombia are back in business before the end of the first half. An inspired break from Cuadrado from the halfway line, followed up by Principal finishing into the top corner of Senegal's goal. Japan is safe and sound for now, but it's Poland who are underwater as Nagatomo almost drowns them once and for all. Lewandowski, makeshift winger, into the middle. Zielinski unable to beat Kawashima, but Kapushka has brought Poland back into the competition. Well, that's one step. Now Poland need to equalise against Japan. But they need the Bukake against the Samurais to see them into the second round. Falcao knocking it on to Moreno, who can't find the target. Oh, that's a crucial chance. Mane is concertoed by Colombian defenders. Restitution to go down, stays in his feet, and Balde squanders the gift of winning a game against Colombia. It's up to Falcao. Oh, almost shades of Gaza of Euro 96. Shibasake looks at the flank. To Sakai. Haraguchi into the centre, and Japan to Yoshinori Muto of Mainz. Japan have surely secured their passage into the last 16 for the first time since 2010. One last chance in vain from Poland. Berezovsky is looking towards Lewandowski. Japan and Senegal's qualification ensures things remain very much as a World Cup. Hosts Russia join two-time champions Uruguay in the round of 16, as does Portugal and underdogs Iran. Spain go home. France, with a 100% record of Group C, will join Argentina and their Euro 2016 counterparts Iceland. Serbia surpassed Brazil as Germany await the Seleção alongside Sweden. Belgium and England comfortably qualify. They're joined by Japan and Senegal in the final 16. Here is your knockout stage tournament bracket. Feel free to pause and absorb. Of course, Germany versus Brazil, the biggest game of the knockout stages. And Deutschland will be delighted that Thomas Müller flies the flag for their golden boot with 7 record-breaking goals in 2018's edition of the World Cup. So thank you, the slog of the group stages is finally out of the way, and now it is the business end of World Cup football, knockout stage competition. What the World Cup stage is truly all about. Enter your predictions for the quarterfinals. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you soon.